Hi guys, it's Bella Networking Guru and we're live for Monday's Facebook show. We're just getting audio ready, the screen ready, motivation ready, Monday ready. So just waiting for some others to join us. So are we A-okay? I think we're good. Can you see us? Fantastic. So thank you for joining Facebook live show with myself, Bella Networking Guru. Today I am delighted because I have special guest Lisa Newton, so say hi to everyone. And we're going to have a great talk about how Lisa started her business back in 2004 with just £150. If you have any questions or comments, please hit below. I'm always around 2 hours after the show to answer any questions. And please hit the blue like button so we know we got great interaction. And if you like my Facebook live show, share with a friend, tell somebody else. It's all about sharing. So we're going to hit off in just a moment with Lisa Newton, founder and owner of Boogles Bookkeeping Limited. So Lisa, my goodness, how long have you been in my network?
A long time. A long time.
Do you remember when we first met?
It was, I think it was in the city. I think it was around St. Paul's.
I remember when we first met.
Yeah.
It was around 2009, and it was then I actually got into networking.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a colleague of mine called Chris. He was like a gym personal trainer, and he wanted to get into that event, and that's where I met you. Yeah. And actually, when I met you, I did sense you were actually quite a budding networker.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
definitely,
Yes.
definitely.
Yes.
So, thank you for sending me your bio. What struck me was you started your business with £150.
Yes, I did.
So can you tell the audience what's your business and how you started?
Well, the primary business is bookkeeping service, and I started that with £150. So my mum gave me £50, and I had to use £100 for my overdraft.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened is I had always wanted to start my own business,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought, you know, what better time than I had just graduated, done my master's degree,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought, okay, I have got an event coming up where we're going to all graduate,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone's going to be in their amazing jobs, no doubt, working investment banks in the city. I've got to be able to have a story. I've got to be able to tell them something.
Oh,
so
good.
at least at that point I could say, well, actually, I'm a director of a limited company, so I started my own business.
Sure,
like that.
sure. And then I understand as well, when you started the business, you more or less then was never employed. You
No,
never had a
I have never had a 9-to-5 job full time in my life.
Could you imagine what a 9-to-5 job is then?
I do, well, I have.
Because I could tell you a few stories if you want.
Well, I could imagine, what it's like to have to get up and
Is it
fight
upside down,
and
Matthew?
fight the rat race, because I've had to go into the
It's
city.
upside down.
I've,
You go ahead.
I've had to go into the city a few times in the morning, and you see those people on the train, and I feel sorry for those that have to do that every day of their lives.
The rat race.
So I feel fortunate that that hasn't been my life, but it's really quite unpleasant because everyone's just packed in like sardines, and everyone looks miserable. The tube carriage is often very quiet. No one's really talking. And then on the way back out, when everyone's coming back from work, everyone's tired, people are sleeping, and they've just spent their whole day.
Sure. So what is Boogles? What's Boogles Boot Camping?
Bookkeeping. So what we do is bookkeeping primarily. So we offer a bookkeeping service, we do bookkeeping training, we help people find bookkeeping work, and I just say all things bookkeeping. So
That's good, Matthew. That's excellent. Yeah.
so we do all things bookkeeping.
Sure. Okay, so if we go back to 2015, so it's 2004, how did you set up? What did you do with that £150?
Well, that's a really good question. So, first thing I did, because fortunately for me, I've got a degree in accounts and marketing. So, starting an accountancy business was using the two key skills I'd learned at university. So, one being marketing, being my set of accountancy skills.
So you use both like your marketing background and accountancy. Sure.
So with the initial investment, I actually put an advert in the college I was at.
Oh wow!
I was learning Spanish at the time.
Oh okay.
And so for, I think it was at the time 25p a week.
Wow.
You could put a postcard.
Okay, and that's better than Google ad prices.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Literally,
literally
a postcard.
It was something like this. Oh my gosh! So this is like the advert for 25p.
25p.
That Lisa advertised.
And I put that up for 4 weeks. That was £1. That was my budget.
Right. Okay.
And then what actually happened was someone had copied that advert.
Wow.
And right down to the little calculator.
Yeah.
And so
that's against trademark, by the way.
Well, you know, at the time the thing wasn't trademarked. The item wasn't trademarked.
Yeah.
So I contacted this person and I basically said to them, "Oh, I see you've got an advert, literally bullet point for bullet point, exactly like mine, down to the calculator. I think they use one with a hand on the calculator. And I just wanted to, let you know that I saw that you basically copied off me." And then she replied back, "Oh, I thought your advert was so good I couldn't improve upon it, but I hope you don't mind."
At least she was honest.
Yeah. So what could I say?
Crime in the making, but honest.
What could I say? And then literally, I don't know, like a week or two after that, I get a phone call from her, and she says, "Oh, Lisa, are you still doing the bookkeeping?" I'm like, "Yeah, my business be going like 5 minutes."
Yeah.
And then she goes, "Oh, because she's got a full-time job now, so she's not looking for bookkeeping work, but she knows someone who is. Would I be interested?" And I said, "Yeah, of course I'd be interested." So she introduced me to my first client, who was a Jewish property millionaire.
Sure, wow.
And he was my client for like the next 5 years. So that's basically getting regular work from him, how the business kind of was able to fund it, finance it, and stuff and get going.
So just going a step back, because you are a serial entrepreneur, this isn't just one of your businesses. When you first formed Bookkeeping, just when you had graduated, did you take that entrepreneurial business approach, like with a business plan, very structured, or did you just do it more emergent as you went along, or did you really have a solid plan in the beginning?
I had a business plan, but the main bit that I'd filled in was the finances, the cash flow part, and I hit my targets each year.
Sure.
So that was the bit I was more focused on. And then as the business expanded and I got into what running a business was and just sort of found my feet and things, and went to lots of networking events, lots of seminars, met lots of good people. I saw the opportunities to start other types of businesses, to partner with people, because networking for me has been a lot about finding suppliers to start partnerships with and to start other businesses with, and that. And my role in all of these partnerships is just always that I'm the finance director.
Sure.
I do the numbers.
Yes, absolutely.
And people always, I've found, tend to always be looking for people who can do the numbers for the business.
Okay.
So that's me.
So you touched on two parts there, the networking and the numbers. So me being a networking guru and passionate about networking, that is a tool, a marketing tool. So would you say the networking really helped your business in the beginning or helped you put on a platform?
I think it did help, still does help. I did see, now most people, I think, go to networking events to find customers.
Absolutely.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But for me, what networking has really helped me with is to find my suppliers, and to find people who not only can support me in the business as a supplier, but also who I can partner with and literally start businesses with.
Absolutely,
so
collaboration. But that's also
like-minded people.
Absolutely. So that's also what networking's about, because I say it's a definition of mutual relationships for like-minded opportunities. So going back to the accountancy, what was your love for accountancy, or why did you feel passionate about accountancy?
For me, I wouldn't say necessarily accountancy. For me, it's more, I think, finance, and I think managing money. And I think wherever you live, whatever part of the world you're in, money, finances is an essential. When you get to grips with that, when you can handle that, you can be anywhere, you can do anything, because once you've got the money sorted, after that, you can do whatever you like. So it's not necessarily accountancy as such, but I've always liked counting money.
Sure.
When I was younger and I used to play games, I was always like shopkeeper, or in Monopoly,
Oh,
I was always the
gosh,
banker.
the banker.
Like, I got to count the money, and that's
Yeah.
what I enjoy doing. So,
Yeah.
you know.
I get a feeling then, in general and maybe personally, would you say you're a bit thrifty then with money? You really look after your
Right,
money or
yeah.
money in general?
Yes.
How does that play out then?
Yes, but I think I don't like waste.
Yes.
I like the word thrifty, not tight, but
Right, yeah.
I like thrifty.
Yeah.
But I think that, you know, that it's important you take care of your money and you treat yourself, because, you know, what's it all about? You don't want to go to your grave with, you know, millions in the bank or anything like that. But I think, you know, you treat yourself. You're good to yourself,
Sure.
as they say.
Okay.
So, you know, I think there's
That's
nothing wrong with
nicely
that.
put.
Yeah.
So we're now over a decade on, right? And they say statistics, most businesses, like 1 in 5 or 1 in 10 or 2 in 10 don't survive. So where are we now, and what have you done to grow your businesses? Because I know you've got other subsidiaries or other brand names that you're working with.
Yes. So in terms of the bookkeeping, I do a lot of training now, and a lot of that training is online. So
Yeah.
it's not also just bookkeeping, but it's on various account software, but also money management.
Sure.
So I do a lot of personal finances
Sure.
and training on that, because what I found with many people, whether it's clients or just whoever you talk to, a lot of people seem to have this fear around managing their money, putting a budget together, looking at their cash flow. Some people out there don't even like opening their bank statements. They're like,
a bit scared.
yeah, so it was to get away from that. And there's nothing wrong with having a plan, understanding how your money is coming in,
Sure.
where your money is
Not
going
being
to.
scared of it.
Not being
Not
scared of it.
to do so.
So I do a lot of training on
Sure.
that now. So that's been one way to expand. And then also writing about my experience in terms of running a bookkeeping business.
Sure.
So much happened to me
Yeah,
over the years that, you know, I needed a release. I needed to
Sure.
like let it out. So
Sure.
that was where and I've always been a writer.
Yeah.
Anyone who knows me, back in the day when the emails first come out, they wouldn't just get a little paragraph, they'd get a whole essay
Sure,
from me.
sure,
And it wasn't hard to
sure,
do because
sure.
I'm a writer. So writing down these experiences of what happened to me in running a bookkeeping business was the reason for writing
Sure.
How to Start Your Own Bookkeeping
Sure,
Business book. So
sure.
that was the first book I wrote.
Sure.
And then after that I got into a bit of a role.
Yeah, because I did check you out on Amazon and I had to keep scrolling and scrolling because you've got like over 20 books. And thank you so much, Lisa, for bringing some of them along with us. So you've written like over 20 books.
Yeah.
Which one has been your favourite, or the one you really enjoyed writing?
The one I really enjoyed writing was the How to Start Your Own Bookkeeping Business.
How's the start? And is that one?
No, that one's not here with us at the
Yeah.
moment, but that was, I enjoyed that because it was the release of just literally every single experience that has happened to me. And let me give you another thing that happened to me, and it was to do with networking. I was at a business networking event, and it was one whereby it's a breakfast event, you stand up, you give 60 seconds. And at the end, a lady came over to me and went, "Oh, Lisa, oh my gosh, you know, really sorry about what happened." You know, he was such a nice bookkeeper as well. And I had no idea what she was talking about. So I was like, okay. And then she goes, "Yeah, you know, we didn't pay, but, you know, she always does that to people, but I don't work for her anymore." I had no idea. So I had to say to her, "Look, I'm really sorry, but I don't know what you're talking about." And it turns out that I had gone to see a client. And I remember the client where it was because I had leafleted that area previously, went in to see the client, and when I told her the fees, and she was like, "Oh, and what does the bookkeeper get paid?" And, "Oh, that's a lot of money for you to be making." So she seemed really like quite reluctant or kind of like upset, like I should be making any money at all. Yet I'm the person putting people into your business and making sure it works properly. So she must have gone behind my back, contacted the bookkeeper, and he did the work for her, but she never paid him. And then this lady who I saw at the networking event was one of the admin staff who I bumped into, I don't even know, 2, 3, 4 years later. And that was all, she had her own business at that point, and
Yeah.
she was telling me about what happened.
Mm.
And so she didn't have a clue that the guy really wasn't from Boogles,
Right.
or that had been what happened. So through networking, I just think it's really good that, you know, when you build relationships,
Yeah.
and people know who you are and your name is out there, you can you find out all sorts of things.
Definitely, definitely.
All
So
sorts of
guys, if you're tuning in, thank you for watching the Bella Networking Facebook Live show. Today we have Lisa Newton, founder and owner of Boogles Bookkeeping Limited. If you are tuning in, please hit the comments box, as all the questions will be answered later, and keep hitting those blue like buttons. So Lisa, you know, many businesses start out, they may not have experience with marketing. What would you say, 2 things that you did in marketing that worked really well, and if you had more capital or something else you could have done, what would that have been?
I think because when I started back in 2004, I don't even think Facebook existed then. I'm
not even Academy.
Yeah, or YouTube.
Wow.
There was a lot of things that didn't exist. So what I did then that worked then, I used the tools that were available to me.
Sure.
So I did a lot of leafleting, and after that it was a lot of word of mouth recommendations, who could recommend you. And I think that now we've got this plethora of other tools available. I think social media is very good, but it's always about, and I would say the best referrals that I've ever come through have been through people who you know.
Yeah, word of mouth.
Word of mouth.
And then that also can contribute to networking.
Yes.
Networking as well is
Yes.
great for referrals,
Yes.
building those relationships.
Because sometimes it's not just you who are out networking, but it's people who you know. And if someone's in the market to find a bookkeeper, and you know someone who knows someone, that's how your name gets mentioned.
Absolutely. So you are now a real top entrepreneur, you've seasoned business owner. What could be, say, one mistake you made that you could share to startups or growing businesses to look out for, one of the mistakes you may have made? Or...
Well, yeah, I do feel like a veteran. I would say I wish I would have collaborated sooner with people.
And who would you have collaborated with then?
Well, because we do events and things, people who have the same target audience as you.
Right, got you.
So that would have been one thing, and the other thing is to employ people sooner.
Earlier.
Yeah, but then that being said, because of the what happened when, you know, sometimes you send people in to meet clients and then they try and stab you in the back. That has been an issue.
Sure, that you've had to learn from.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And sometimes, you know, I think that sometimes we can't look back and be like, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that. Everything happens
for a reason, and you learn from it.
Yeah, and
that's
it happens
the most
at a time. Because if that would have been one of the first experiences I ever had, with a woman telling me, how dare you earn that amount of money, or if being a bookkeeper was that good, I'd have been a bookkeeper or something, and she was an architect. I think if you have these experiences prior to necessarily, you know, earning your war stripes or whatever, it can be very off-putting.
Sure.
And it can really, you know, put you off. And fortunately for me, you see, and this isn't the first time I've come across someone working for a client long after me and that client had ended or parted ways, only to realise that actually they stole your staff member behind your back.
Yeah.
Because that's not the first time, my main tip to anyone is you have to be in the market long enough to see the results. And so had I just have given up immediately, all of these things that I found out later, I would never have known about.
Absolutely.
And these were all the kind of stories that I share in the book, because I just think other people can learn from them. So my key thing is be in the game long enough to see the results.
Absolutely.
Just make sure you're around 5-10 years from now.
Sure, absolutely. That's really, really great advice. So I also did some digging, and to find you have won like a number of awards. Backdating to 2007, Young Entrepreneur Award of Precious Online, So, what's been the formula, or is it good writing because these award ceremony application forms can be quite lengthy? And
sometimes there's a lengthy application. Sometimes it's not even about the application. They want to speak to your previous customers.
Wow.
Or just research and just see, or mystery shop your business, or you know, there's various ways in which they do it. And sometimes it's been by nominations, by votes.
Oh, I see. So like external, somebody can recommend somebody they know for that award.
Yeah, and then you just keep pushing it. Saying, vote for us, vote for us. So, you know.
I think it's quite fitting then. When you started 2004, when you got that first award, 2007, can you remember how you felt? Because that's always the first one is always the real memory, isn't it?
No, definitely. It felt like all those nights that I'd spent, and at that point, for the first 3 years, I would say I would work through the night at least once a week, if not twice. And basically, you're working on your computer, working away, and then the alarm would go off. You'd realise you'd not been to sleep, and you just have to carry on and get on with the day. So it was just nice to just think, you know, all of that was worth it. And it was all because I was on a bit of an adrenaline boost at the time anyway. It was always I would have done it anyway, regardless of whether I won an award. But just at that specific, at the Precious Awards, winning the Young Entrepreneur of the Year, it was just like it felt good, you know.
And it's
just
like a salutation, recognition of what you've done.
Yeah, and you know, you can be behind the scenes a lot. All the hours you put in, or the time you spend, things that go right, things that go wrong. It just makes it feel like, oh well,
that's really great. Now, I know we've talked about this in the past. There's a big difference running a business and owning a business, working on your business, working in your business. So where would you say you are? Are you running in your business or on your business? And just explain to the viewers what that means, because it has a big emphasis on growth as a business.
Yes, definitely working on the business. I think that if you're still working in the business, as in selling your time for money, having to show up to run the business, you are the business. When you go on holiday, your business goes on holiday. Then in effect, you still are almost, you know, in a job type scenario. Absolutely. And my thing, particularly after reading the book The E-Myth, was just all about a business should be a system that functions without you. You put the right people in place, you get the right systems in place, and the whole thing should operate without your presence. So
absolutely, I think you put that so nicely, and that's like a major tip for businesses out there. You know, decide, do you want to run it, or do you want to own a business and work on the business? And the results of that have been key, and which you've been able to implement, because you have quite a number of hobbies. You're fluent in Spanish.
I am indeed.
What other things? I know you're travelling all the time, so I'm glad that you're here today. So what else are you doing for fun and maximising all that free time you have?
No, I just come back from Colombia. I did some voluntary work out there. Really enjoyed that. Want to go again. So
excellent.
I've got Brazil and Thailand in the pipeline.
Yeah.
I do a lot of yoga, meditation. And in my spare time, if you like, I'm writing books. So I'm writing a book at the moment on an accounting software. So that seems to be my specialty.
Another book. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I do enjoy it, and you know, it's like you get these ideas in your head. You have to release them, get them onto paper.
Sure. So guys, I hope you've really enjoyed watching our show today with special guest Lisa Newton. She did bring along some of her books here she's written. The last one is all about how to franchise your business. Her link will be down below to her website. If you have any questions on networking, entrepreneurship, do drop us a comment. All questions will be answered. And guys, please, if you like the video, do a thumbs up. And I look forward to next week's show, 12:15 every Monday. Thanks for watching, guys.